This is number 9 in your study guide. We want a degree 3 polynomial that would be represented by the graph below. A couple things that we notice. First of all, we can see our end behavior. The fact that one ends up and one end is down, that verifies that we should have an odd degree. In this case, because this end is up and this end is down, we should know that our leading coefficient, it should be negative. So hopefully that's just going to work out for us. But if need be, we might need to do some multiplying in the end. A couple of other things to take note of. We have zeros. The zeros are at -1 and at 3. Because it bounces off at -1, I know that this 0 has an even multiplicity and this 0 has an odd multiplicity. And we know what those are simply because it's a degree 3 polynomial. The only even number under 3 we have the option of is 2. So -1 has a multiplicity of 2, and 3 has an odd multiplicity, so it's a multiplicity of 1. So that means that I'm going to have x minus -1 or x plus 1 show up twice in my polynomial, and then x minus 3 show up once. So if we're going to multiply that out, I would just do two of them at a time. So x plus 1, the quantity squared, gets you x squared plus 2x plus 1. And then we want to multiply that by x minus 3. And after you do all of your FOILing, you end up with x cubed minus x squared minus 5x minus 3. So this is our polynomial so far. But looking at this polynomial, for what I have written here, this polynomial has a y-intercept at -3. This polynomial up here has obviously a y-intercept at +3. In addition, because of the end behavior being what it is, I was looking for a leading coefficient that was negative. So if I want to make it so that all of these signs change, so that the first leading term has an odd leading coefficient, and then so that the -3 turns to a +3, I'm going to be multiplying this entire thing times a -1. So I'm multiplying by a -1. That means my final answer ends up being the opposite of x cubed plus x squared plus 5x plus 3. And that would be our final answer.